Greetings, everybody. This message is for Queen Ifrika. If you know her, share this with her for me. Bless up yourself, Queenie. Bless up yourself. I really admire you as an artist, but more than anything else, as a Black woman. The utmost respect I have for you. And that's why I'm sending you this message. Now, a lot of times when I reach out to individuals and send them a message, people, have the audacity to come under my video and say I'm trying to get views. But, it doesn't really matter. All that is irrelevant at this moment, as long as you get this message. But before I do that, I'm going to read a little excerpt from the philosophy, More Philosophy and Opinions of Marcus Garvey. He said, I have come to you in Jamaica to give new thoughts to the 800,000 Black people in this island. When I contemplated coming to Jamaica, I knew that Jamaica had no thought. It was for me to give new thought. Montego Bay being only a part of Jamaica, I knew you had no thought, save that given to you 83 years as sycophants, looking up to the white man as superior and master. I'm not here with any sympathy for the old spirit of Jamaica. I'm here to give you, if I can, a new spirit of manhood. Not the spirit to bow and cringe, to apologize, but the spirit to strike forward for the right of the Negro people of the world. Jamaican Negroes are too apologetic. A man who wants things does not apologize. He demands things. Hear, hear. As a people, you have been buffeted and tossed about for too long. The time has come when your voice must be heard throughout the length and breadth of this land and throughout the world. I'm going to pause it there. Now, this is Marcus Garvey speaking to Jamaicans. Imagine Marcus Garvey going to the United States of America and doing what he did in the climate, in the kind of atmosphere and environment that it was at that time, to the point where the man owned his own ship. And when you're a truth seeker or a truth speaker, there's consequences. And so as a result of Marcus Garvey being that great warrior king, he found himself back in Jamaica, and all the things that he would have learned and his experiences, he wanted to pass that on to his own people. And when he got there, this is one of his speech. Queen Ifrika, I follow you on Instagram, and there are times when you're reaching out to the people because they have no thought, and you want to introduce them to new thought, and the response is often so frustrating that I myself would say, fuck them, Queen. Forget about them. Focus on your family. Focus on your children. Don't tell them anything. Let them drown. Let them die. Because, I got that side of me, that dark side of me. But then I have to roll that back, and I'm saying to myself, when you get a message, you can't be egotistical. You can't get into your feelings. You can't get too emotional. You have to deliver that message, even when you know you're going to be mocked and jeered. But Queen, I know it's hard, and you're like a voice in the wilderness. You're talking to them, but they're not listening. Few of them are listening. You're not alone, Queen, because what you're saying is the truth. What you're seeing is the truth. And because we live in a world where we, as a people, get punished for everything, for sleeping, for waking, for walking, for sitting, we often rely on other folks to tell us when to do these things. Every function in our life, we rely on other persons. Not that we have to, but we rely on others to tell us how to live, how to be. We're not tapping in to, as you would say, the atoms, understanding the power that we have within us to change our circumstances. The great Marcus Garvey went to Jamaica, bringing his skills and his expertise and his love for his people with the intention of sharing and growing and teaching them how to get out of the hole that they were in, how to be men instead of groveling, pitiful beings. They didn't listen to him. They mocked him. They jeered him. One of the saddest thing I can think of is him having to leave Jamaica and go to the UK to die there. For me, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I misread that. But oftentimes I'm saying to myself, they're so disgusting that the man left heartbroken and realized it would have been better for him to live among the very ones who have oppressed him, who have used him and abused him in the past. It's sad. It's pitiful. And I can just imagine frustrating. My advice to you is to teach your children and those who are interested to hear. If you form a small group, a small community of individuals who are already open, because the truth is they're stiff-necked. They're like mules. They will not listen to you. They will not listen to you. They will listen to someone else who comes from another place, someone who hates them and make it very clear that they hate them. They will follow those ones. Understand and know that you're not mistaken in the messages that you try to give out there. And sometimes the subliminal messages that you put out there, hoping that someone with a mind, with a heart, with some kind of, I don't know, spirit that doesn't live in a bottle would identify with you and hear what you're saying. You're like that Moses in the wilderness crying out. But unfortunately, the majority of the persons are dead. Marcus Garvey said 800,000 black people were in the island. And he said they had no thought because of the 83 years of looking up to others and seeing them as more superior and as masters. Your job is cut out for you. It's a difficult one, and I'm not going to tell you not to, because there are many times when I quit. I'm just telling you, I love you, sister. I love you. Just keep on teaching your children, and those who are open are responsive to hear the message and to heed the warnings. And in the meantime, in between time, stay plugged into the atoms. Because, sistren, what you see and you know within yourself, within your spirit, what is revealed upon your heart, it is real. And when you warn and people don't listen, it's unfortunate. And you know within yourself, when you see them dropping like flies, when you see the unfolding of what is to be, what must come, you know your heart is going to break because you love your people. The only thing I can say to you, Queen, is that as stiff-necked as they are, and as much as you want to be done with them and forget them, the only thing you can hope for is that eventually, when their back is against the wall, they will come alive. And everything that you've said to them in the past will finally make sense. It happens to me, talking, and no one listening. And sometimes being in a position where you can't say everything that you're thinking because you want to live to see another day. You can't share everything You're hoping that they wouldn't be so dense that they would understand what you're trying to say. But unfortunately, the programming is so deep. And it's going to take hundreds of years to undo the damage that is already done. Stay blessed. Queen Ifrika, I love you. I love your music. Put it in your music. Just put it in your music. At least that will live on forever. And what you can't do with this generation, you might be able to do with the next. Stay blessed.